Women's motorcycle gear is a disaster.
Manufacturers start with the men's version, shrink it, add pink buckles, and wait for the cash to start rolling in. Basically, pink it and shrink it.
Women's motorcycle gear doesn't fail because we're hard to fit. It fails because it's designed around a fantasy woman who doesn't exist.
Most manufacturers design for a single imaginary woman. Big hips, tiny waist, B-cup chest, magically identical proportions. As if everyone's body follows the same blueprint.
This year I've lost 25 kilos. None of my old gear was safe anymore, so I had to replace everything. I thought it would be simple. Well, it wasn't. And the reason why says something much bigger about the moto industry than just sizing. In reality, there are at least 5 common women's body type. And even those shift monthly, weekly, sometimes daily. So when companies pretend that there is only one type of woman, every pattern they cut is already wrong for most of us.
Women's bodies vary in bust, waist, hips, thighs, calves and leg length, and none of that is captured in a simple size number. A size 14 in clothing doesn't equal a size 14 in motorcycle gear, and it definitely doesn't equal a size 14 in another brand. Charts can't tell you how the armor sits or whether the shoulders pull or if the chest compresses you like a medieval bodice.
This isn't a shopping problem, it's a design problem. So I went into this thinking that I could just measure myself, look at the charts and find something that fits. Online, everything looked perfect. In reality, none of that fit. 44.
Okay.
This one was supposed to be the right size. The chart said it would fit my chest, my waist, my hips. In reality, it barely closed. This was one of my top online picks. It fit on the chart. On my body, I couldn't even zip it over my stomach.
Try do the zip up. Do the zip up.
It is a different shape though.
We went through different cuts, different brands, different women's fits. Some crushed my chest, some hung like a potato sack, some pulled the armor completely out of place. None of that shows up in a size chart. And this is why I didn't just buy a jacket online.
I know what I don't like about this. It's light and soft. I don't like the shape of it.
Charts don't tell you whether you can move your arms or turn your head or breathe properly with the zip done up. And this was just the jackets. By the time I found one that actually worked with my body, we hadn't even started on pants or boots yet.
So when people say just look at the size guide, I wish they could do just one afternoon in that fitting room. The problem isn't that women don't know their own size. It is that the gear doesn't know our bodies. If jackets were an exercise in patience, pants were the part of the day when I was genuinely about to give up. Not riding, just trying on pants.
Most women's pants are designed for one body type. Wide hips, tiny waist, very gentle curves everywhere else. That works for maybe 20% of women. The rest of us either swim at the hips or suffocate at the waist. Even the shop owner said many women end up buying men's pants, and then the sizing becomes a new problem.
I would love these because they're very soft and airy. But my legs are not for skinny fit. I have thick calves, and whatever fits over my calves is too loose on my thighs and hips. Whatever fits on the thighs and hips is too tight on the calves. So
leggings are comfortable, yes, but very few are cut for real human calves. If the calf fits, the rest explodes into a balloon. If the hips fit, the calves are strangled. No chart tells you this. Eventually I found 2 pairs that technically fit. One was the right size but stiff, the other felt bulky but comfortable. And suddenly I wasn't choosing what I liked or what was ideal. I was choosing the least wrong option that fit. The pair I finally chose were proper 3-layer adventure pants. Adjustable, protective and functional, and absolutely not designed to be flattering. But they worked. And they had a tiny red stripe that matched the jacket, which felt like at least a small personal victory.
So for jackets I definitely need women's jackets that has room for breasts, but for pants,
You need guy pants.
men's pants,
Because this is ladies.
because I don't have wide hips, but I don't have very tiny waist either. So it needs to be more straight line.
Oh, there you go.
I think the women's pants are just not the right shape for me.
And I'm not alone. If half the women who ride are buying men's pants because the women's cuts don't work, the problem isn't us.
You shouldn't have to choose between safety and looking like a garbage bag.
Boots were their own special challenge. Mine weren't unsafe because of weight loss, they were just worn out. But weight does show in the calves, and that matters because almost no motorcycle boots are designed for women with actual muscles on their legs. Tall adventure boots are usually the safest option. But they can feel like ski boots if your feet are sensitive. On the other hand, urban boots are comfortable, but they compromise protection. It becomes a constant trade-off between being able to move and keeping your ankles intact. And calf fit is almost always the first thing to go wrong. If you look at any women's riding group online, the number one complaint about boots isn't style or color, it's calf thickness. Skinny calves, muscular calves, even just normal calves, nobody seems to be the body they are designing for. Some boots were so stiff I couldn't feel the gear shifter properly. Others were soft enough to feel everything, including the impact if I came off. None of this shows up in a product description. None of it shows up in a size chart.
Women shouldn't have to choose between ankle protection and being able to feel the shifter. But right now, that's exactly the choice we're left with.
By this point, it wasn't about jackets or pants anymore. The part nobody mentions is the mental load. It's 3 hours of trying on gear that was never designed for your body and being reminded of that every time something pinches or pulls or refuses to zip. It's frustrating, it's demoralizing, and it makes you doubt yourself instead of the design. And if you walk out with nothing, starting again takes so much energy that many women never do. They don't quit riding, but they do give up on good gear. The good news is there are ways to make this easier. Go in person at least once if you can. Admittedly, not many stores have a wide range of women's gear, but there are a few. Try different brands, different cuts, different armor systems. Ignore the size number and the tag. It's meaningless. Trust how it actually feels when you move. Use the community to research options. Groups like Riders Aren't Barbies are full of real women with real measurements and real gear that works. Manufacturers will never build this database, so women have built it for each other. It's imperfect and not always searchable, but it's the closest thing we have to honest fit information. If you live far from a city, online measurement advice like the one from Peak Moto can help. They are not ideal, but they are 1,000 times better than guessing from a chart.
But honestly, most of the work shouldn't be on us. There are 3 very simple things that manufacturers should start doing tomorrow.
First, real adjustability. Not a token waist step that moves half a centimeter. Proper multi-zip or multi-panel systems that can expand and contract where bodies actually change. Waist, hips, thighs, calves, bust. Second, rethink inner rain liners. Internal thermal liners make sense, kinda. But rain layers inside the pants or jackets are ridiculous. Nobody should have to half undress on the roadside in a storm just to stay dry. And third, stop designing for one body. There are at least 5 common women's body shapes. Design for all of them. Keep the pink buckles if you must, but start with the design, not the color.
Because once you do these things, women won't need 3 hours in a fitting room to find something that barely just fits. It isn't the perfect outfit. It isn't the big reveal moment. The real win is smaller and more important. I found gear that works well enough to keep me riding. And until manufacturers make gear for real women, sometimes that's what winning looks like. If you're a woman rider and fought this same battle, share what brand and model worked. The more we compare real bodies with real gear, the easier it is for the next woman to walk into that fitting room.